Make sure those airlock doors are secure. Yeah, we don't want to revisit movie night or anything like that.
Alright, yeah, just welcome us to the station.
What if I don't want to?
Well, then we're just gonna sit here. Then I'll welcome people. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Podcast Gargantua-1. I really hope you enjoyed last week's episode, Escape to the Mummies Part 3. Great episode. Probably my favorite of the series so far, but, this week we're talking about 20 Years to Midnight, and my name is Colin Valentine, and with me, as always, is the picture of Val Kilmer that Grimmia keeps on her desk.
It's my picture on my desk, but it's with you.
I'm borrowing him this week. Whoever does the intro gets to have Val for the week. It's like the talking stick, but it's like the intro Val.
It's a print. It's an art print. It's art, Colin. Gosh.
I'm so sorry. We can attach it to a stick, though, so we can pass it around easily without damaging the art. Tape it.
Yeah, exactly. This week is 20 Years to Midnight, and this is my absolute favorite episode.
I don't blame you. This is really good.
The first episode I ever watched. How long ago was it?
102
It came out 2006.
Yeah.
And I want to say I watched it for the very first time in what year did Guppy graduate high school? 2008.
I don't know.
I think I watched it.
We shouldn't expose your husband's age.
I think
this.
I watched it in his at his house. Him and his friends had it on DVD. I don't remember who had it on DVD.
So this is while you were dating
We
your
weren't
now
even
husband.
together. We were just all hanging out.
You're just hanging out.
We didn't date in high
Okay.
school.
And then you watched this, and this is the first time you guys kissed
God,
ever.
no.
That's crazy.
No, we were just all hanging out. And then they were like, "Oh, let's watch The Venture Brothers," and I didn't know what it was at the time. And then I watched this episode. It was hilarious. This is a good starter episode because it has a lot of easy to pick up references. Like you got your Fantastic Four.
Lots of characters too.
The whole cast of characters minus the Monarch is here.
And Dr. Orpheus.
Oh yeah, no Orpheus.
But still, hey, good news. So sorry, I am sometimes browsing Reddit while we do this because I like to keep up with what's happening on Earth. We just got some great news. Ellen DeGeneres is doing a Netflix special, and she says after that, hold up, she says after this Netflix special, she's not doing anything ever again.
Well, that's good.
And it's like, you know, promise?
Promise? You promise?
Please? Really? No fooling? Like, I am so glad for the idea that she's gonna be gone. I hate her so much because
She's not a nice person.
No, and that's, I think, my big problem with her is the fact that, oh, be kind was her whole thing, and she just wasn't. And it's like, it's not that hard.
She secretly wasn't the entire time.
Yeah, and I mean, like, is it some huge shock that someone's not being, you know, nice? No, but, like, you'd think that at the bare minimum, she'd just be, like, semi-decent. You know?
Apparently not.
And it's like, you can't tell people to be really nice and whatever, and then not be. Like, that's just, it's not alright. You've gone too far. Anyways, back to the episode. I'm sorry that I interrupted with the Ellen DeGeneres thing.
That's our rant for today.
It's not even our rant. It's just like a mini little, hey guys.
That's what I noticed.
Guess what? Guess what I found out while browsing Reddit?
I mean, you can find a lot of things while browsing Reddit.
It's true. I like browsing Reddit.
Anyway, this episode was just written by Jackson Public, and he had the idea for the Grand Inquisitor since the 90s, just kind of tumbling around his head, this giant fucking alien guy.
I can't believe that he was just, like, he wrote this himself, and he's like, I'm just going to cook.
He says in the art book, this one got away from me. It was too huge with too much going on. But it's a good episode. It ended up being longer than they needed, so they had to cut out a bit where they go to Egypt to get one of the parts. And then these, like, Anubis and other things come out of the pyramid to fight Rusty or whatever, and he's like, I don't fucking have time for this. Just give me the piece. I have to go.
Yeah.
We got to meet Action Johnny, and our world just got a little bit bigger. Because we know the Quest family exists because Race Bannon exists in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, existed. He's dead now. But Action Johnny is Johnny Quest, so it's definitely the worst case scenario, I guess. Like, either you end up like Rusty or you end up like Johnny. It's not a good life for a boy adventurer.
It's basically saying, like, there's no good ending for you.
No.
If this is the life path you've taken. Like, the good ending is maybe you died on the adventures and don't have to be an adult.
I guess that is the good ending.
Like, I don't know, like, I talk a lot on this show about how much I fucking hate Rusty, but there is an interesting element of the trauma to him. The trauma. But, like, to, have had that much pressure on you from such a young age, and, you know, constantly being compared to your dad, even as an adult, like, nothing you ever do will matter as much as something your dad did. And anything you do will immediately be compared to what your dad did. So it's like, yeah, I mean, he sucks, but can you blame him?
No. I mean, maybe.
Like, yes, but no. Like, yeah, he sucks, and he's a piece of shit, but yeah,
What's Dr. Impossible's excuse? Because he's a shitbag too.
Dr. Impossible. Okay, so I will discuss this as through the lens of the Fantastic Four, which is to say that in the Fantastic Four, Reed Richards, who Dr. Impossible is based on, Mr. Fantastic, is so smart and so science focused that literally everything else comes second, unless it's pointed out to him like, hey, you're being dumb. Because at his core, he cares so much about his family and loves them and adores his wife and children, but he just gets really excited about science and then will fixate on that. He's like clearly totally autistic, exactly, right? Yeah. Whereas Dr. Impossible takes it to this extreme where all he gives a shit about is the science. You know? It's like, oh, your wife's unhappy. No, she's not. Now, off to do more science stuff. No, your wife is, like, actually miserable. She's leaving you. And then, now he's mad and upset about it, but as soon as she's back, he won't care. So it's just, like, all he cares about is the grind.
Science.
All he cares about is the grind. Yeah. Dr. Impossible will start a podcast called the Impossible Grind Set.
Stephen Colbert only cares about the grind.
I believe that. Oh my. Okay, well, hold up. So I just pulled up Dr. Impossible on the wiki.
Mm-hmm.
He's voiced by Stephen Colbert in seasons 1, 2, and 6. Okay.
Yes.
Christopher McCullough in season 3. Okay.
Yep.
Just as a side thing. But then Bill fucking Hader in season 4.
Yeah.
That's great.
They got Colbert back for to be Impossible First, one of the specials.
Okay.
Because this is the last time they had Colbert, and then they get him back in season 6. They talked about that in the art book. Because he was just starting,
Like the Colbert Report.
he was off. Yeah, he was off of the
Late Show? Or
was it the Late Show?
hold up.
No, he's on the Late Show now.
Stephen Colbert.
The Daily Show. He was just leaving the Daily Show and starting
The Colbert Report. Because he started the Colbert Report in 2005. And then he's done the Late Show since 2015.
Yeah, so this is like when they did this, when they were animating and filming, it would have been around 2005.
Yeah.
Coffee members can listen to Podcast Night on Gargantua-1 early. Link available in the show notes or YouTube description.
My brain was about to jump straight to the intro question. Wow.
Hey, we don't have.
Who are we? You don't need to know that. All that matters is the story.
Yep.
If you're enjoying what our mystery show is doing, there are numerous ways to support the show on our Beacons page.
Show?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Mystery TTRPG Theater 5000.
Catch the chaos live Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/The Forgotten Troop. You know who's not an ass? JJ.
I love JJ. I talked about this a little bit. I don't know exactly what you're putting in the episode, but I'll just kind of repeat myself. He is Rusty without the trauma.
Yeah. Well, because like you said earlier, he wasn't raised by Jonas.
Yeah, he didn't have to suffer through any of that, and so as a result, he is fine. You know, he's happy. He's normal. He's smart.
He gets to put Jonas Sr. on a pedestal and leave him there because he's not.
Yeah. He's
not traumatized.
And it makes me wonder, it's like, is Rusty actually smart, but just the years of pills and self-loathing have just really kicked his ass?
I don't think I think Rusty's probably like average.
Right.
Of average
But it's
intelligence.
feeling like he needs to be a super scientist.
But he had to be, he felt like he had to be smart.
Yeah. I think, yeah, and I feel like
Because his dad was smart.
if that pressure wasn't there, he could have had a fulfilling life doing something else.
Instead, he's mediocre at best, and his strange twin brother is so much better.
Well, and then that's just gonna be another whole thing for him, because it's like, oh, cool, I've been overshadowed by my dad, and now I'm being overshadowed by my twin, who is calling himself Jonas Jr. Awesome! Like,
And we got our pirate captain back.
I was so happy that he's back and has a job.
He's gainfully employed.
I'm so proud of him.
In the art book, they said bringing him back, it kind of makes sense he bonds with JJ because they were both alone for so long. The pirate captain was stuck at sea, JJ was stuck at Rusty, so they missed a lot.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like JJ's unfathomable riz.
He's just fucking romancing the shit out of Sally. Not even, he doesn't even have to romance her. If you showed her an ounce of niceness, which Rusty did last season, she'd be over the fucking moon
that's
for you.
like the fact that out of all people, Rusty was able to riz her up. Like, I'm not gonna say she's easy. I'm gonna say she's broken. This is a broken woman who, like, you give her a look for more than 12 seconds, and she's like, oh, is this love? It's like, no. No, but...
It's not.
I see why
well,
you
it is
think
with
that.
JJ, maybe,
Yeah. But also, like, no, not yet. Like, maybe chill out.
The reference I picked was from Of Mice and Men, mostly because I made that reference.
What are your favorite quotes from this episode?
Ignore me.
Ignore me.
That is part. A lot of things in Venture Brothers have made their way into my everyday vernacular, but especially that one, and especially when I do something stupid, which happens a lot at work. Like, I'll drop shit all the fucking time, and I'll just shout, "Ignore me." So doing that just kind of brings other Venture Brothers fans into my orbit, because my old coworker, I dropped something and I shouted, "Ignore me." He's like, "Is that the Grand Inquisitor from Venture Brothers?" I'm like, yeah. So we bonded over that, and then we ended up seeing Death Clock together by happenstance when they came to town last year.
That's awesome.
That's how I made friends in college. So thanks to my husband, I made friends.
Thanks to my friend, who is now my husband, showing me this show, I made friends in college.
Mm-hmm. We didn't date until... We've only been together, like, 7 years, I think.
Okay.
We knew each other in high school.
Yeah.
He went to the Smart People High School.
Smart People High School. I like, the XX1 just being this massively
So much
superior.
better.
It's just so good.
It has fucking... What is it? It has arcade cabinets.
Yeah, it has arcade cabinets in the lounge. And it has a lounge!
It has a lounge.
Like, jeez. Alright, JJ.
The X1 doesn't have a lounge. We do get to see Colonel Gentleman.
JJ cooked here.
JJ's going up. He's going in that Wonka elevator. And Rusty's stuck in the fizzy lifting drink room getting chopped up by the fan. Hattie is dying because I'm downstairs and she's not.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, she just gets to wander the station. Like, good for her.
She does, but she doesn't do well on the stairs in the station.
Yeah. She's a beloved presence on the promenade.
Well, she likes being on the promenade because people feed her.
Yeah.
Despite the sign that says, "Do not feed the wild animals."
Yeah, but she's not wild, clearly. She's domesticated.
She's possessed by the ghost of a Victorian child.
It doesn't make her wild. That actually, if anything, makes her more domestic.
Makes her hungrier all the time.
So we have the ghost of a Victorian child possessing a dog wandering around our space station.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, last episode... Well, sorry, not last episode. The Mummy's Part 2 episode. Mm-hmm. The last episode that, we can legally remember. We talked about potentially doing Batman Forever riff tracks. That, as of this release, should now be available on our respective Ko-Fi coffees for the $5 and up tiers.
Yes, it's true.
Because as of the time of recording this, we will be doing...
It will have already happened.
As of the time of recording this, we will be doing that in my Discord this evening. but this will not be coming out for like 2 weeks because I'm actually, my wife and I.
He gets to leave the station.
Yeah,
and go on vacation.
We might pop down to Seattle for a day.
Oh, you should do the Twin Peaks too. I know you've never seen Twin Peaks.
I do want to see Twin Peaks. We should. That's it, guys. When we're done Venture Brothers, we're gonna do Twin Peaks and then do Archer. It'll be like
we can.
It'll be a really surreal break in between 2 comedy shows. Like
it's. I don't even know a lot. I know a lot about Twin Peaks lore, but I don't know everything about Twin Peaks lore yet.
No, we should. Yeah, and I've never seen it, so
we have The Secret History of Twin Peaks, which is a book. I haven't finished it yet. We don't have the final dossier.
Yeah.
We have Laura Palmer's diary. That is a very hard thing to read.
I don't doubt it, just from the bits I know. I have, so in terms of like books I own that are treated as material from the show, right? Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I have John Winchester's journal from Supernatural. Journal number 3 from Gravity Falls.
Nice.
From Parks and Recreation, I have the book about Pawnee that Leslie Knope wrote.
Uh-huh.
I think that's it. We're.
I have Janeway's autobiography.
Nice. I want to get Cisco's.
Someday.
Might give us a bit of insight on how to work with Garrick as well.
Yeah, we could ask him for advice.
We could.
Because so far, throwing Twinkie doctors at him has really just made us run out of Twinkie doctors.
That's where all the fuck.
We gotta stop hiring Twinks as doctors.
I honestly think the EMH might just be our best bet at this point. Like just get the hologram, you know?
Yeah, because then we can just... I'm aware this was a problem that came up on Voyager, but then we could just turn him off whenever we don't need him.
I mean, that was what they did for a while, and then they got, like, the emitter, so he could just wander around. Which was good, because he's such a good character that... he honestly tops my rankings for Star Trek doctors.
Second favorite doctor, because you can't beat Bevy.
So, okay, my opinions on each Star Trek doctor. McCoy, honestly, fucking mid as hell.
Good line.
Here's the thing.
But...
most of the characters in the original series have been bettered, with the exception of maybe Spock and Kirk. Pretty much everyone else has had that same role done better by someone else, but they're held up because they were the first. And that's great. But, like, I liked McCoy more when he was played by Carl Urban. It might have been because he was played by Carl Urban, but I liked him more. I didn't love him in the show. Beverly Crusher did not have enough to do, but that's not her fault. That's the fault of
It's not her fault. That's the
exactly.
That's the showrunner.
That is the fault of the showrunners being like, you are going to pine over Picard and have a son.
We're not even gonna blame the writers on this one. It's the showrunner.
Yeah.
He knows what he did.
Yeah. Which it is no surprise that Star Trek got immeasurably better once Gene Roddenberry died. And...
well, then there was that other guy.
I don't know who the other guy was.
He hated Harry Kim. This is a different show all of a sudden.
But basically, because I love Deep Space Nine. It's my personal favorite Star Trek show. And it is as good as it is because of the lack of Gene Roddenberry involvement. Because Gene Roddenberry wanted the Federation to be perfect. They could not have faults. And then he was gone, and everyone's like, alright! Let's make some shit corrupt, boys! We are not going to respect a single wish this man had. And the show was better for it. The show was better for it. But so yeah, Bev, I love her, just had nothing to do, not her fault. Every woman on TNG was drastically underserved except maybe Guinan, and that's only because Whoopi Goldberg. Like...
Oh, and, fucking...
Pulaski, who they briefly...
Troy's mom.
Oh, yeah, Luoxana?
Luxana.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what a milf. she's my favorite doctor. She's not even a doctor.
That was her whole role on the show, though, was just be MILF. Just be, so yeah, Pulaski also fine, but only had 1 season, doesn't matter. EMH, the doctor, he's great. He was played so well.
Very effective doctor, too.
Yeah. Bashir might actually be one of my favorites, though. I
do like Bashir.
He's so good. He is so emotional. His backstory is great of him being like a genetic experiment. I think that's awesome. And then I haven't seen anything. I've only seen those 4 series. I haven't watched any other Star Trek. But yeah.
Lower Decks is so good.
I am sure I'd like it. I just don't watch things. There are things I'm like, oh, I'm sure I'd like that, and then I'll watch like an episode and then never again. And then there's other things I'll watch it and get like abusively hooked into it and be like, okay, let's watch all of this in a week. So let's stay up till 2 in the morning just to finish another couple episodes type show.
Well, there's only like 4 or 5 seasons. Lower Decks is gonna end after this next season too.
Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like getting 5 seasons or whatever on a comedy Star Trek show, that's so impressive. Good.
Well, the best part of it being animated is you can have a whole slew of aliens that aren't just fucking humans in makeup.
Yeah. Well, because that's always been like...
You can do a lot more explosions. Yeah. You can bring a lot of characters back.
Yeah.
That in canon are still alive, but it's like 10 years since their series ended. But now in real life, it's 40 years since their series ended. So we get Voyager people coming back. Riker comes back. There's a Twin Peaks reference.
Here's my other weird takes. Nemesis isn't actually that bad.
I don't think I've seen Nemesis.
It's the last TNG film where Tom Hardy plays young, time-displaced murder Picard. Or
okay.
Or cloned, maybe. It's a lot of people like it's terrible. And it's like it's actually not. Like it's pretty good. First Contact bangs. Like that is such a good movie. That's like actually genuinely quite good.
I've seen First Contact. We watched. We were watching a bunch of old Star Trek movies at one point, and even like original series ones. With the one with Ricardo Montalban in it.
Wrath of Khan, yeah.
Yeah. Just the chest hair. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm pinching the bridge of my nose.
I could almost imagine that. Like, I'm not...
I didn't choose that movie, by the way.
It's okay. Also, the Star Trek reboot films, really good.
They're not terrible.
Oh! Star Trek 2009, solid. It was
that one's good. I like
fine.
That one.
It was pretty good. Into Darkness, mediocre.
It's okay.
Not awesome. Star Trek Beyond, holy shit! That was really good.
I don't think I saw it. Did I? I might have seen Beyond. I might have watched it at work.
Star Trek Beyond was like, you know what? Let's just actually do Star Trek this time. You know?
I don't remember.
It's good. I saw it in theaters, and not since, but it was really fun, and it was a lot, like, brighter. They updated the uniforms so everyone actually looked like, you know, Starfleet. It was good. It was I liked it.
I think I watched all of them at work. I definitely saw the first one from 2009 in theaters. I remember that. Maddie and I saw
Oh
that
yeah,
in
no,
theaters.
we've all seen that one. Yeah, that one cooked.
Anyway, the episode.
Sorry, I got caught up researching random Star Trek bits.
No, I
Have you
haven't.
seen Strange New Worlds? I have thought about watching Strange New Worlds. Apparently that one's actually like
I've heard it's okay.
Pretty
I don't
good.
remember what I heard actually. I think Maddie's seen it.
It's a prequel. It's a prequel to
Yeah.
TOS.
I think that makes it then the first one?
Which is
Or is Enterprise still first? Okay.
Enterprise is still first because
Okay.
that's like pre-Federation. Strange New Worlds is like 10 years pre-TOS. So like Spock is on the Enterprise here, but Kirk is not. Like the Enterprise is still being captained by
Pike, that's
Christopher
right.
Pike at this point. Yeah.
But 20 Years to Midnight. Good Venture Brothers episode. If you were looking to introduce a friend to this show that's 20 years old, you can't go wrong with this one because there's a lot of easy to pick up references. You get a smattering of characters and you get a rough feeling of how the show's gonna go. And also it's my favorite episode, so everybody should watch it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was good.
I don't have anything else to say about it.
Not me neither.
What's next? What are we doing next week? Oh, next week we got a date. We have a date next week.
We got a date? With who?
You know, just some people.
Huh? What?
We're going on a mass date.
Gross.